What's going on YouTube? Chris with Journos Comics. And this is This Week in Mylar. So let's just start showing off some books and these pretty Mylars for this week, huh? So again, what I did was I grabbed some books that were already in my collection, either in Mylar that I probably haven't shown off, or maybe it's been a while. Books in my collection that I decided to put in Mylar, and there's a few new ones that I grabbed. And I'm going to talk a little about that today too, the new ones that I grabbed. I went to a shop on my explorations of finding comic books. So I'll get into that in a minute. Let's just go right into some of these comics. So, let me get a spotlight on here. Shping. Alright, first up we have Hero Comics 2011. An awesome Adam Hughes cover. That's dope. Alright, next up we have the Heroes Comics 2011 with the J. Scott Campbell cover with Goldilocks. Couldn't think of her name for a minute. And the Three Bears. Obviously, alright, these were cool. I just picked these up at the spot that I'm going to tell you guys about. Some Battlestar Galactica. Alex Ross covers. Freaking love it, man. Alex Ross just doing his thing. Bet you wouldn't guess how much I paid for this book. So that's number 2. Here's number 3 with the Star Wars Ode. Sweet. Bet you can't guess how much I paid for this book. So cool. I'll tell you in a minute. Alright, guys. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Number 518. I read these growing up. I just love... I mean, don't get me wrong. I love modern covers. I love... Campbell, Hughes, Alex Ross, but you gotta love classic stuff that's just really simple and pops. You got yellow, red, green, blue, and it just pops, and I love it. And obviously some classic Walt Disney art. Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to sidetrack here and talk a little about the new DuckTales series. I don't know who caught the hour-long movie premiere of the new DuckTales series on Disney XD. I loved DuckTales growing up. I loved DuckTales Treasure of the Lost. Tales of the... Oh, shoot. I'm blanking now. The lamp. The lamp movie. Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Something like that. I forget. I still have it on VHS. Anyways. So I went into watching this thing and I'm like, man, it felt to me like a mix-up of Butt Kid, what's his name? Kirk Kick Butt. What's that name of that show, buddy? Kirk Kick Butt Kiss or something on Disney XD. He's like a stunt devil. You guys, some of you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It was like Phineas Ferb mixed with Gravity Falls mixed with the one the butt kick or something. The art was just, to me, I couldn't watch it. I could not watch the art. The nephews looked like 3 Perry the Platypuses. And don't get me wrong, I really love Phineas and Ferb, but it's like everything is taken out of context and put into this modern kind of like offbeat. I mean, the art is offbeat and quirky, and it's just and it's all the same. It's like recycled. I'm like, can we do something original? And I read a review from someone after they watched the premiere, and they were like, oh, they took the classic art from the original, what was his name, Gary something, who was the original artist from the original comic books. And I'm like, no, it looks nothing like the original art. I couldn't even tell that it was Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Now, the storyline, I mean, it was okay. I was, I guess, kind of entertained, even though I couldn't get past the art. But it's like, it's cliche. And just new cartoons nowadays, man, I don't know. So, I'm just kind of bummed. Alright, guys. Moving on. Back to some good Mylar books. This has been in my collection. This is Captain America 101. Really clean copy. For me. Anyways. Now, this I did add to my collection yesterday. And yesterday was my birthday, so I went out and I went to the shop. Like I said, I'll get into that in a minute. So I picked up Captain America 107, scratched this off. I think I did a final count. I think I need 19 or 20 more. And I believe 8 of those are from the last 400 and somethings that came out in the late 90s or mid 90s, and only less than a dozen are from the 100s. I have every 200s, 300s. So I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. So this was a pretty good copy. I think they had it at a very good. And I looked online for prices, and it was a lot cheaper than what I was finding online. Alright, and I think I showed this off maybe a long time ago in a video. But I didn't have it in Mylar, so I put it in some Mylar. Avengers 56, Death of Bucky. And this is not in the best condition, obviously. It's got a lot going on over here, and it's got some crinkles right here. Hey, I'm glad and happy to have it. Alright, guys, so I went to the shop. I went there, I believe, a little over 2 years ago. I think. No, maybe it was a year and a half ago. Maybe it was last year sometime. But it was the Escapist Comics in Berkeley. And it's a really cool spot. I got this card. Jessica, she's the one that helped me out. She was really sweet and awesome. And I was saying, I bet you wouldn't guess how much I paid for those books. I paid $0.25 for them. And what they do is they have 50-cent bins. You get the first 2 free. And the next 10 are 50 cents, and the rest are $0.25. So I grabbed a whole bunch, and like all this stuff right here, except for the top 2. There's a few dollar books. I got a couple of blank variants that I keep up here that I'm going to do art on for $1 each. I got like 3. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff for $0.25. Got a couple other things for $1, a whole bunch of stuff for $0.25. Then I got that cat book, 107, and then just show off. So that's my Mylars for this week. And then I just going into this haul. So it was my birthday, and just decided to take the kids out and get out to Berkeley. And it's a really cool place. So I found this, which I saw in a few people's videos recently. Swamp Thing 49, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's either the first like sneak peek of Justice League Dark or the first full appearance. I think it's a sneak peek, because they didn't have number 50, and this one was only $4. But that was cool. And then I'm on a hunt for my Wonder Womans. I don't know if this is the first one Adam Hughes did, Wonder Woman number 139, but it says a startling new adventure or direction for Wonder Woman. So, and I know this was around when Adam Hughes, I think, started, or at least started doing like every issue for like what, 20, 30 issues or something. And I got this for $3. So I know these have been going on eBay for, more than that lately, which, could be a little bit of hype and everything with the movie, but whatever. It was $3, so glad to find that. This was all they had. This was all they had of any of the Adam Hughes covers. So yeah. So that's that, guys. Yeah, I got some Star Wars. I got Dr. Aphra number 1 for $1. There's some Adam Hughes. So all the Star Wars were $0.25. Some goodies in there. Got some Vampirella. But yeah, guys, if you're in Berkeley, if you're in the Bay Area, Escapist Comics, it's really cool. It's really old school. It's got two stories. The first story, there's a lot of there's a lot of trades, and there's even little reading nooks that are super awesome that you can just sit and chill and read in. Then you go upstairs, and it's all the back issues, and they got a lot. And I will say this: they are very unorganized, very cluttered, and I'm not one, I like that to a certain extent. It reminds me of old school comics, but one thing that I did notice was they were a little too cluttered to where the way some of the books were being kept, wasn't really good. Even the new books, they had so many new books out on the shelf that they started slouching, you know, and like getting bent. And they even had some back stock of new books like on the floor under the rack. So not to be, you know, completely negative, because I really like the shop. I really like the people that work there. They even had a bin that allowed any kid to come in to grab two free comic books, and it was like, you know, kid stuff. Like my son grabbed. Oh, where is it? I just had it up here. It was I don't know, what was it? Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry. I can't find it, guys. I'm sorry. But so really cool. Really good deals, and I told Jessica, I was like, man, I want to just hang out here and like help you guys organize, because you know, it's a good spot and they got a lot of good stuff. They had some really good stuff in the middle of the upstairs that they hadn't organized and put into their system, so I couldn't buy it. But I found the Punisher 4-issue miniseries in like perfect condition. I found Iron Man #7. Just laying there, and they didn't have a price on it, and he was like, oh, we can't sell those because they're not in our system yet, and in price. I was like, dang. So I wonder how much they would have sold them for. Anyways, alright guys, so that's that this week in Mylar, plus an awesome trip to Escapist Comics in Berkeley. Go check them out. If you enjoyed watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the thumbs up, and until next time.